It's quite embarrassing to say, but we're all adults, but I'm a virgin, and I've never been to Russia before. And it's very difficult. Doing something for the very first time can be very scary, and you're a grown man, you can understand these pressures. And I was very worried, because when you have stereotypes exist, big men, small men, a lot of pressure on us. You can either run towards a stereotype, or you can run away from a stereotype. When you visit Russia, this is a very big place. It's quite scary. You're going to be this very small speck in Russia. And it feels so solid, it feels so big, it feels so confident.
We came over, I think, 3 days ago. It feels like we've been here a month now. And it's like literally getting into a time machine. You think London, it's as good as it gets, and you arrive here and it is so different, and you're literally stepping 10 years into the future.
The plane has just turned into a time tunnel. I am now in the future. I will never be able to look at a video on YouTube and it says buffering. I will never ever see that in Russia. These things are dead in Russia. They're like, you wait for a page to load? You don't use your phone on the underground, but you use the phone on the underground. It's like, no. You have 3G. That's the old future. It's like I am going back to the third world.
Last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was sitting in my hotel room, and the UK elections are happening at the moment. I was streaming BBC live into my hotel room on my Yota dongle, faster, better, higher quality HD than I do in my flat in London.
You get on a train, I'm going backwards. I'm going 200 kilometers an hour backwards. I'm drinking red wine. I'm surfing the internet. Turning on technology turns me on. And when I turned on technology, I had what we call a Yota moment. And a Yota moment is when you can never go back.
I can't go back. This morning, I panicked when I realized I couldn't find this. And I thought to myself, oh my God, in 5 days' time, I'm gonna have to leave this behind. And this isn't gonna be a part of my world anymore. I'm gonna have to go back to the past. I have to go back in time to London.
When we asked where we were going, we were told we were going to Chinatown, because none of the three of us who are here have never been to Moscow before. It's a whole new experience. So we, of course, wanted to know why it was called Chinatown, because traditionally in other countries like Australia and New York and London even, Chinatown is because it's a heavily populated Chinese community.
So we're going to Chinatown, and traditionally when I think of a Chinatown, I think of a place where Chinese people congregated, and that's where all the best Chinese restaurants are. And so I thought, why are we going to Chinatown? We're in Moscow, I want to see Russia, not China. And so we asked, what is the name Chinatown come from? What do? Plug the dongle in and search for what is Chinatown, and lo and behold, absolutely nothing to do with China at all. It's just an old part of the city, which I kind of think is great that they would just call it Chinatown.
Brilliant story. I'll just look that up on Wikipedia. We're in a van, we're going along. That's not a problem, because we've got a Yota. We get the egg out. Oh yeah. What is the reason? Too long to read, it's too boring. Okay, it's Chinatown, let's go.
Oh, perfect.
Oh my God, yeah, so you guys don't have soy milk in restaurants, and I can't drink normal milk, so I haven't had a coffee in 4 days, and that doesn't make me very happy. So I had a bet with Dennis, £5. I ended up getting 10 pounds.
Okay, let's go, £5.
We get £5.
The Starbucks here would I said they would have soy lattes, he said no, they wouldn't have soy lattes. We found a Starbucks, we went in, thank you to our lovely translator that helped me order a Starbucks soy latte, and then we all got a soy latte. I might have screamed in the Starbucks.
With £5, a £5 bet whether or not they had soya milk. So, hence the enthusiasm.
I found it interesting actually. I used to be a photographer, and so I found it interesting that all of the really nice photographic portraiture, photographs of people, none of it is local product. It's all international adaptations of premium products like L'Oreal and Chanel. Well, it's weird to look at because I don't speak a word of Russian, so I have no idea what it says, for a start, but it's completely different to advertising in the States and Australia and London.
Advertising always interests me. Advertising, the lack of advertising or how things differ. We stopped at a lot of advertising today because the things that stood out were the internationalized adverts. And these are huge luxury brands or premium brands that are the same throughout.
The market here is actually, it's a very different market from what I'm used to working in London and in the UK and in America. But there's quite a lot of, I think the best advertisements have been actually the international ads within a Russian context. And today, my favorite was definitely that Adidas ad of a weightlifter with his dumbbells. It was just, we were on Red Square. We'd just come through that shopping center, and there's this huge billboard, and he's got dumbbells, and he's sitting there kind of, exhausted, and they're smoking red hot. And I have no idea what the line said. All I knew was, I love you, this is amazing, I want to buy Adidas. And it's that kind of thing that I thought, I'd never seen something like that before, and it was fantastic.
Red Square, Red Square.
That's enormous, that's absolutely vast.
I wanted to do Red Square for two reasons. I love seeing how real Moscow works, how real people, how students work, how different galleries work, how the creative arts are, but I also want that tourist part. I want the big, I want the bold, I want the stereotypes.
Fuck, look at that, that's fucking mental. But it was ridiculously cool, like ridiculously cool. No pictures that you see of it can prepare you for what it's like when you get out on the street and see it in front of you.
It's amazing. It's been an amazing trip over here.
I can never, ever go home. People expect things to link up now. They expect the touch points to be the same. If I go to St. Pete's and to Moscow and to London and then to Tokyo, I want the face of to be the same. I want it on the bag, I want it on the website, I want the behaviour to be the same. If it's not, it's lazy. The brand is lazy. And it's making sure that when you talk about digital behaviour, we're not talking about websites, we're not talking about telephones. Digital behaviour is how you are in the world, how you present that, how you find that consistency. You will be lazy if you get it wrong. You never lie. You never overpromise. And these are things as a company, and this is core to Yotta, that we never do. We support people and we make their lives better. We don't try and pretend to be something we're not for them.